welcome to Around the Lumberyard, the official podcast of the Clinton LumberKings. Andrés Tejeda here with you, the voice of your LumberKings, along with Chris Mickelson, our on-field host throughout the season. And Chris, we finally got it done. We got a podcast going for the LumberKings.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. As you said, this is it. Obviously, we're very excited to start the Lumberyard here with you guys. Got a lot of stuff we'll talk about. So let's just tell them what they can expect here, Chris.
We are going to be discussing all things Clinton LumberKings, all things Clinton, Iowa. Sometimes we'll jump into Clinton, Iowa, the NelsonCorp Field, the LumberKings, everything we got going on, everything we've done. I'm sure we'll talk about on this day, things of that nature.
During this week.
Yeah. We'll talk about, weekly recaps, how we're looking in the season, what's going around the Prospect League in general. So that's what this podcast will entail.
Your one-stop shop for all LumberKings need to know. So we'll try to get episodes out every week, at least. As you may know, our schedule, we are off on Monday, so we're going to try to film and record on Mondays and get something out that night or to start the next season. But before we can look forward, we got to look back. And let's take a look back at the 2024 Clinton LumberKings. The 2024 Clinton LumberKings were the second half division champions in the Northwest Conference Division, in the Western Conference Division of the Northwest Division. I'm saying that a lot, but whatever. They were in a tight race for the most part in the first half with the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp, who are the reigning 2024 Prospect League champions, first time in their franchise history. So as much as we hate to say it, congratulations, Pistol Shrimp. Well done. And it was a tough season in that first half. The LumberKings were able to grind out a second half division title. They were battling with the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes, who are no longer in our division, by the way. But there was a lot of fun banter between the two clubs, especially on that last day. We had a doubleheader against the Bees in the final game of the season. It took the entire 60-game season to decide whether the LumberKings would make it to the playoffs for a second straight year.
I'm really glad they did, too.
Yeah. Yeah, the LumberKings were able to go back. We were at Schweikert Stadium in Peru, Illinois, where the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp are hail from. Chris, I think you were at that game, weren't you?
I was at that game, yes. It was a disappointing, very disappointing type.
Yeah.
Illinois Valley, it's turned into a rivalry with us and them, and it's all in good fun rivalry. It's in good taste.
And
for the most part.
Rivalries are always good. I don't think that there's as long as the rivalry is footed in the foundation of whatever it is you're battling for. And I think baseball and good baseball is what the rivalry is founded here. That's why the games are always going to be fun. As we said, the LumberKings were able to edge out the Pistol Shrimp at home 3-2 over the season. However, at Schweikert Stadium, they were 2-6. So it was going to be a tough battle no matter what when you're going into enemy territory. And the Pistol Shrimp were able to best the LumberKings in that first round of the divisional playoffs, went on to win the Western Conference championship, and then obviously took it all home in the final rounds of the Prospect League championship game. So it was a tough year. But that said, there were plenty of bright spots, and we got to highlight the All-Stars from last year. You had Jalen Martinez, who was absolutely on fire. He finished the year with 33 RBIs, 3 home runs, 12 doubles, 54 hits, and 104 at-bats, 38 runs, and with 5 stolen bases. His on-base percentage, 441, slugging just 3 ticks under 500 at 497. And he was the bat you could rely on in that lineup.
He sure was, yeah. And we needed it because there was a lot of good pitching coming from all around the Prospect League.
Yeah,
we had our fair share of pitching. I'm sure you'll get into that here shortly.
Yeah.
We had a lot of really good pitching on our staff.
Yeah.
Illinois Valley they were the champs for a reason. We talked about them just briefly ago.
Yeah, but going into the pitching side of it, you got to talk about the All-Stars. We had 3 pitching All-Stars. Let's go to the back end of the bullpen. Sam Lavin, the closer, finishing off with one of the best years we've seen from any reliever. Sam Lavin with 22 1/3 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts. His K9, what would you guess? K9. with 36 strikeouts, 22 and a third innings pitched.
Oh, wow. That's well over 9.
Well over 9.
Well over 9.
We're talking 14.51 K9. That's 36 strikeouts. He only allowed 5 runs. Of those 5 runs, one of them was earned. Only one earned run. 11 walks over the season. His ERA, a very slim 0.40. A incredible feat for Sam Lavin. 7 saves. I believe he tied the season high record from Prospect League era for the LumberKings. A 3-1 record as well. That one loss coming in that in a later game. I believe it was against the Horseshoes where that loss came in. But Sam Lavin was absolutely on fire. Other all-stars in the pitching, Southside Jimmy Burke. He was a junior last year, 35 and a third innings pitched. His ERA was just a little bit over 4, but it was 4.08, K9 of 9.17, 36 strikeouts, and his ERA, again, just 4.08. He's been a guy that the LumberKings can rely on year in and year out. He was back for his 3rd season. We're still not sure if he's coming back for a 4th, but there have been rumors.
Fingers crossed
That we'll see Southside Jimmy finishing up here. He's currently playing in the Big East Baseball Championship with the Creighton Blue Jays, where there are a good handful of LumberKings out there. Mason McCurdy, former catcher. Matt Sherman, former right fielder. Will McLean, who played first base. Obviously, we mentioned Southside Jimmy. But a lot of great guys out in Creighton, former LumberKings. But Jimmy Burke, another all-star for the LumberKings this year. And then you got to finish it off with number 50, Ian DePasquale. He was a freshman last year, mind you. A freshman. Took home Prospect League Pitcher of the Year award with 41.2 innings pitched, a ERA of 1.30.
That's called dominance.
That is dominance. He led the pitching staff with 41, almost 42 full innings, only giving up 28 hits. 28 hits in 40 plus innings of work. Those are numbers you don't see.
Those are video game numbers.
Those are video game numbers for sure. Only gave up 8 walks, if you can believe it. Only 8 walks. He gave up 3 long balls, and his ERA, he only gave up 6 earned runs. A total of 6 runs given up. That's how you
insane.
That's how you get Prospect League Pitcher of the Year
as a freshman.
In college. We haven't heard anything about Ian coming back. I believe he's signing with the Northwoods League, so we wish him the best of luck. He's going to dominate out there. He was with Minnesota State University with Mankato, so wishing Ian the best of luck. And again, those are the all-stars. We had very good pitching. It was just the bats did not come to life when they needed to in that last game. And let's be clear here, that Pistol Shrimp team was a championship caliber team. And that's exactly what they set out to do. Their first championship in franchise history. But that all said, the LumberKings did have a very, very good season last year. They finished up the season 43-21, 30-17 in conference, and finished the season with a 4-game winning streak, 18-9 at home, 16-12 on the road. They were a plus 500 team no matter where they played. I think that just spoke to how well this team did. Their on-base percentage as a whole, 398, slugging 378, 29 home runs total, with the leader of that group being R.J. Sherwood. I know he's one of your favorites.
He is.
And finished with 393 runs, just 6 shy of the year previous, with 399 and 7 shy of the 400 mark through 55 official recorded games. This year, we are looking at a 60-game season, so the LumberKings will have more stats to pad those numbers. I'm sure we're going to have some more record-breaking numbers that year. No doubleheaders this year as well, but the LumberKings of yesteryear were very good, and we're very excited to see what 2025 has to offer.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how everything turned out last year. I mean, I wish we had more success in the postseason, but as it is, Illinois Valley's pitching staff just shut us down that last game in Peru. It was rough. I mean, like I said, I was there. You were there, but you were on in a professional manner. I was there as a fan. Yeah. But it was frustrating to watch. Just 1 or 2 or 3 hits. I think we had that whole game.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
It was very frustrating. we talk about last year. I mean, we all have favorite players that we follow throughout the year and moving forward in their professional career, hopefully, or their any other type of career they choose. But when we talk about 2024 LumberKings, the mayor of Clinton, Connor Giusti, comes to mind for me.
Oh, yeah, Connor Giusti.
Probably the guy who had the most fun of any player on this team.
Oh, absolutely.
Nobody had more fun than Connor Giusti.
Yeah, that's a guy that knows how to get the clubhouse up and ready to go. He definitely one of my favorite human beings, if I can play that card. But he was just great player, great person, great just over across the board. We wish him the best of luck as he is officially made the announcement on Twitter. Well, not Twitter, but on Instagram that he is hanging up the cleats. He's finished his career, so we wish him the best of luck. He's working out in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I'm sure he will thrive. He was a former UW Oshkosh guy playing out there before joining the Valparaiso Beacons in the Missouri Valley Conference. So there's a guy who went D1. He also, in the final week of play, made it on SportsCenter's top 10 with a great double play, made a diving snag, flipped over to second base. If you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor and look it up. Connor Giusti on Instagram, and you can also look up the Missouri Valley Conference as well. But yeah, that man, he was a great guy, great player. Other guy I think that that works with him as a counterpart, Clay Jacobs, very good, great guy, great teammate guy. Had the guys playing Mafia. If you're not familiar, it's kind of just like a team building game where you're trying to figure out who in the village is no longer or not the Mafia, and you want to rid them of crime in the town. And I'm telling you, that man could spin stories for days. When we had the longest road trips, all the guys were in the back of the bus just playing Mafia, pinning each other down, trying to figure out who was who. But Clay Jacobs, another guy, and just a stellar outfielder out at Ball State as well. We were able to see him there. But other guys from Ball State, Owen Kaufman, standing at a tall 6'9", which I wish I could say that's one of the tallest guys on our team, which it is, but he wasn't alone. Clinton native Brendan Martin at 6'8".
Yep.
It's hard to miss those guys out in the field, especially when they're both pitchers. So they're getting an extra, six inches to their
Absolutely,
height?
Yeah.
Standing nearly 7 feet tall. That's something, ain't it? What would you do if you were 7 feet tall?
Oh, I would dunk a basketball immediately. That'd be the first thing I do. I would always get the frisbee out of the tree for anybody.
Yeah.
Everything on the top shelf, I'll grab that for you.
There you go. Yep.
The locker room guys, though, we talked about them briefly.
Yeah.
Baseball's a long season, even a 60-game season like the Prospect League offers. Those long road trips, because you're always, that's tight quarters on a bus. So you need those positive guys. And I know it's a cliche, but Giusti and Clay Jacobs, all those guys were just great guys, just great human beings.
Yeah.
And so you need those core guys that'll just uplift everybody, because you have a bad game, you make a couple errors in the field or strike out 3 times at the plate. You need somebody to lift you up, and those guys would always be there to do that. Yeah.
Speaking of lifting up, let's lift up to the new 2025 season. Plenty of new things happening this year. One of which, if you're tuning in on YouTube or on our video streaming service here, you're seeing we got a new layout here in the press box. We're coming to you live from NelsonCorp Field in the press box. We're going to have a new broadcast this year. It's powered by Home Team Network. We are no longer on Prospect League TV. It is now Prospect League Network, powered by Home Team Network. You can go ahead and get your subscription to this year's videos or live streaming games on demand and live, all 60 games for all 17 teams for $89. If you act now, I'm hoping this will be out before the start of the season and folks can watch it before then. But if you act now, you can get 20% off on your first purchase with the promo code PL Earlybird 20. That's PL Earlybird 20. 20% off on that $89 is about $72. That's $1.10 per LumberKing game. And if you're going to watch games over and over and over, or watch teams all over the Prospect League, because your subscription covers the entire league, every game, live and on demand, you're looking at a couple of cents per game. And I think it's the best deal we've had when it comes to the subscription service for watching live baseball. And the level of baseball you're getting here is good. You can't come to the game or you can't travel on the road. Watch it live. Watch from the comfort of your home. Watch it on your television. Watch it on your laptop, your phone, mobile device, whatever you got. Anything that has a screen, you can watch it. And I think that'll be one of the more fun things to do moving forward. other things that we can look forward to in 2025 is we talked about All-Stars. We have an All-Star game. It'll be out in Springfield, Illinois. The Springfield Lucky Horseshoes are the site of this year's All-Star game. So usually it'd be All-Stars at the end of the year were announced, and now we have All-Stars here going to play a game. How do you feel about having an All-Star game back, Chris?
I'm a big fan of it.
Big fan?
That's how it should be.
Yes.
I mean, All-Star. That's how All-Star baseball should be. It should be in the middle of the season, right when everything's going on. You have a little break there for anybody who didn't make the All-Star team, but you got to celebrate the players that are having great seasons, and that's what All-Star games are all about. And you get to go visit, all these guys learning how to play together, even for one game. It's so much fun to watch. I love All-Star, even for Major League Baseball. Back when we had minor league baseball here, I love watching the All-Star game. It's great.
Yeah,
it's at Springfield, I believe.
Yeah, Springfield, Illinois. So not too far from Clinton. If you want to make the drive, they're having a 2-day set. I believe it's July 7th and 8th. I could be wrong. It could be the week after, but it's on that Monday, Tuesday. They're having an alumni game. So they're going to have alumni from the Prospect League coming on back to play a game. And then the next day they'll have the All-Star game between the Eastern Division and the Western Division, LumberKings in the Western Division. It's going to be a great time, Eastern Division. It's going to be a great time to see your favorite players and to see some of the top prospects in college ball all there. You can get your tickets going to the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes website, so shout out to the Shoes. That being said, something also new, they are no longer in our conference or our division anymore. We are seeing the return of the Quincy Ball Club. And have you heard the new name yet?
I have.
You have?
Your thoughts on it?
My thoughts. We want to respect our teams. And
I think your heavy side just told the whole story there.
Yeah.
That one.
Moving on. The Quincy Doggy Paddlers have joined the LumberKings division as they will take over. They are back this year after coming off of a hiatus where they were gone for the 2024 season. Found some new ownership, got some renovations to their stadium, so I'm excited to go back there to see that. But that also being said, the road trips this year are going to be so simple for LumberKings fans who want to follow the team wherever they go. Now, here's the good thing about this. It's not going to cost you much. All tickets in the Prospect League are pretty competitively priced to be fun family atmosphere. It's not going to be expensive. Here's the nice thing, too. LumberKings don't leave the state of Iowa or Illinois. Our longest road trip is to Marion, Illinois. That's in the southern part of Illinois. That's where the Thrillville Thrillbillies play. That's another sign name. But I don't make the names. I don't pick the teams.
Hey, it's all in good fun.
We
joke with them. We Josh on social media. We'll do it all season. I'm sure we'll have a nice little war of words with several of our teams because that's what social media is for. All in good fun too. So it's a lot of fun. And if you want, I'd say get a group together and follow the LumberKings. They are. I mean, I feel like we travel well.
Absolutely. So we were talking about the social medias and how I think having teams like this, because here's the thing, when it comes to college ball, it's as unserious as you can imagine it to be online because there's only 2 months of baseball to be played. So, get your jabs in while you can.
Absolutely.
During the off season, it's like, well, you're just talking smack for no reason because there's nothing to say on the ball field. And obviously, I think there's a healthy amount of back and forth between the teams. And that's what kind of builds us together. So this is a message to all of our people on social media. It's all in good fun. Don't take it too seriously. We obviously want the best for our fans. We want to make sure that our fans are happy, that we stay up with the latest trends. And that's how social media works. That's how we stay relevant. And I think the LumberKings have been relevant for a long time. So we're not going to change anything that we haven't been doing that has worked for us. That being said, other things happening that are new in the Prospect League is our broadcasts. As we mentioned, the PLN is now on HDTV, imagine. HTN, the home team network. That's meaning that we're going to give you a better broadcast, better views. We're going to have really cool graphics added to it. So, again, get your subscription. Get it with the discount PL Early Bird 20. What else is going to be new? We got season ticket holders who will now get a little card. Get your little card personalized with your ID number on there, and that will give you early access to the ballpark. You'll feel like a VIP. Very important, or what can we say, VIF? Very important fan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very important fan. So become a VIF at the LumberKings. When you get your season tickets, you get discounts on merch at the Lumberyard. You're able to come in earlier. For those of you who have not bought tickets, buy your tickets now at LumberKings.com. And if you're tuning in on the video side, here's a QR code for you. Scan it, screenshot it. It takes you directly to the link to get all single game tickets. I'm going to let you know a little secret, fans. We have promos this year. One of which of our weekly promos is $3 Tuesdays. That means all general admission tickets are $3. If you don't got $3 to cover the ballpark, I don't know what to tell you. Just look around the ground, find some quarters. Like, just do it, you know?
I mean, tickets already are not expensive to come to a Prospect League game, but then you cut those in over half.
Yeah.
With a $3. Yeah. Come out here. It's a lot of fun.
$3 Tuesdays. That also includes $3 Towel Boys on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
You can't beat it.
Thursdays are Thirsty Thursdays. We're going to have Winning Wednesdays. That'll be something fun. So that means if the LumberKings win, all fans will get a ticket to the final Wednesday home game, and you can come in for free. So as long as LumberKings win on that Wednesday, you got a solidified ticket for Wednesday. What that also means is if you come back on Wednesday, you can get more than one ticket for free on that Wednesday. We're going to try to pack the ballpark on that night, and I think it's a game against the Quincy Doggy Paddlers that night. So, yeah. Come on down.
This place gets loud. If there's places is packed, this place gets very loud. I think it's the setup of the concourse and setup of the bleachers. It's a lot of fun when this place is jam packed. Yeah.
Speaking of the adrenaline that, you know, maybe some of our players feel, some of the new things that happened this past season, Brody Brett getting signed out of the draft. That was huge. Jack Young getting picked out of the draft with the White Sox. Brett going to the Rockies. And also some big news from the Breck family. They are expecting. So congratulations to Brody and his wife on building their family. They, I believe, got married less than 6 months ago.
Congratulations to the Brecks.
So, yeah, congratulations to you guys. Obviously expecting a great career, MLB career out of Brody once he makes his way through the minors. He was here at NelsonCorp Field pumping our speed gun at 102.
He put it to work, that's for sure.
There's only 2 digits on there, so you kept seeing 02 back in the day, and I was like, that was definitely a lot faster than 2 miles an hour. But that all said, one player that we have to highlight is Clinton's very own Max Holley, and returner of the LumberKings from 21, 23, and 24, signed as an undrafted free agent. Let's repeat that. Undrafted free agent for the Houston Astros. Had his first season with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers last year. He played in 22 games there. Didn't have the hottest of starts there. Finished the year with 167 batting average. Just 16 walks, 17 stolen bases. Was not too bad. 5 RBIs, 1 double, and 11 total hits. This year, much different. He is batting .260. He's got 21 walks, 9 stolen bases, 13 total RBIs, 19 hits, which include 2 triples, 4 doubles, and he hit his first pro home run just last month. And he's going to tell you all about it in this interview. I had the fortunate experience of talking with Max, catching up with him, and he shares how much influence that this city has had, what the LumberKings have meant to him. And for those of you who might not know, he's been a part of the LumberKings much longer than just on the field. Any guesses, Chris, of what that might be?
I do not have a guess right now.
You do not? Okay. Well, we'll find out here coming up, an interview with myself and Max Holley. Andrés Tejeda and Max Holley here with you. Max, how are you doing, man? It's been a big transition for you the last 12 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going fast. I mean, it's been a great time. Time's flying by. So
yeah,
super busy. Staying busy is good. So
yeah. So you were an undrafted free agent that was signed by the Houston Astros. Talk a little bit about that process, because you were playing games in Clinton. I think you did 4 or 5 games right before you signed your minor league contract.
Yeah. So I had an internship that summer. I was working with a guy, Pete Tanzillo. He's got his own gym in Clinton. So I was working on my internship, was going to do one more year at college. And then I did a workout in, I want to say June for the Astros down in Minute Maid. And it went well. I wasn't really expecting much of anything. I didn't get any calls after, anything like that. And then the third day of the draft, I got a call from my scout. And he basically just said, he's like, hey, if we have anything left at the end, we're gonna give you a call and you'll sign with us. And that's what ended up happening. So super grateful for it. Super grateful for the opportunity. That's all I've ever wanted. I mean, going to a D2, obviously there's limited opportunities. I don't want to say limited, but like you just don't see it as often, like coming from a D2. But yeah, just grateful for the opportunity, and that's all I really ever wanted was a foot in the door and get my opportunity to show my skills.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, having that D2 opportunity, but obviously you were playing with one of the best teams in the country at that time, the Mules, Central Missouri. You guys made a run for the championship. I believe you had a few championships under your belt. Talk about your time out there with the Mules.
Yeah, that place is special. Like, there's nothing like playing for that team. The culture, the guys, the coaches, everything there. Like, if I could go back and do it again and change anything, wouldn't. Like, that place is, if I could go back and have my list of schools, LSU, anything, I would still choose to go there. That place is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, obviously that's where you had a lot of your foundation, but also you spent a few years with the Clinton LumberKings. You spent, I think, a year at the MLB draft. Talk about how the LumberKings, your time in the MLB draft, helped form you as a player.
Yeah, with the LumberKings, I mean, Coach Dom, he's a great guy. He gives you the freedom to play your game, do your things as long as you're playing hard. And I've known Coach Dom since I was young. I mean, freshman, sophomore year of high school, I know I went to a couple of Mount Mercy camps, and he was actually one of the first coaches that recruited me out of high school. So I've got a long relationship with him, and he's a great guy, great coach, great leader. He gives you the freedom to go out. Like, summer ball it's a little more laid back, and you're working on your skills and stuff like that. So just being able to, him giving us the freedom to go out and just play baseball, it's awesome.
Yeah, and some people might not know this about you, but you were part of the LumberKings before you hit the playing field. You were working in the concession stands, obviously being a native of Clinton. Talk about what the LumberKings have meant for you growing up. Obviously, you experienced them in their minor league days, the transition. What did that mean for you?
Yeah, I grew up going to LumberKings games. That was my first job. This baseball is my second one. So growing up, working the fried food stand in the back, putting cheese curds and fried pickles in the back, is awesome. But yeah, even growing up, like, I watched guys, like, when they were with the MILB, grew up with Cattell. I remember Cattell Marte. He broke his bat one game and he gave it to me. So there's a bunch of players there. I mean, I can't even remember half of them, but it was awesome growing up there. I mean, it's 3 blocks away from my.
Yeah, so you're right in the.
I'd always go to the games.
Yeah, you're right in the middle of everything, and it's kind of cool to see you come full circle. Now you're in the MILB, but when you realized that minor league baseball was leaving Clinton and that you had an opportunity to play with the LumberKings, and obviously knowing Jack and all that, what was your sort of reaction finding that opportunity to play for your hometown team?
Yeah, I was happy. It was awesome. I mean, being able to. Like, a lot of guys, I mean, you go through the whole year, you're at your college or whatever, playing the college ball season, and then you go home for summer for maybe a week, and then you go play summer ball somewhere. So it was nice being able to have that opportunity 3-4 blocks away from my house. Being able to stay at home for 2 summers is a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm. So as you went through the LumberKings camp, the MLB draft league, you get signed. What was what were the 24 hours once you realized that the Astros wanted to sign you? What was your day like right after that? Obviously a big shift for you.
Yeah, it was crazy. So like I said, I wasn't really expecting much. I mean, they called me the day of. Then they called me. I called my mom, called my family, called my girlfriend, and it was like later that night, they were like, yeah, your flight leaves in 2 days and you're going to be going to play baseball for another 2 months. So it was kind of crazy. It was a lot to take in at first, but it was awesome. It was a dream come true for sure.
So now you're playing with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. You got your first, part of a first season in minor league baseball last year. You got your first knock, hit your first home run a couple days ago. How have those days kind of been for you now that you're like, that is your professional job now? You are a baseball player. You get paid to do that. You're working. Yeah. What is a day in a life like that for you?
It's different. The schedule's different. We, most of our games are at night, so we're up pretty late. I mean, we get done 10:30 some nights, and that adrenaline's still kicking. So you're up till 12, 1 some nights, just up from the game because your adrenaline's pumping. So being able to sleep in is nice. We have our apartment set up here, so everything it's super awesome. I mean, as far as like the baseball wise, you just like, that's the part of my growing right now is figuring out how to take it one day at a time, because it's a long season. So you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna go 0 for 4, you're gonna go 4 for 4, and just trying to figure out a way to keep your same routine, not get too high, not get too low. It's super important for me right now, and I think that's the biggest step from last year to this year is just taking it one day at a time, being confident, not letting your bad days weigh you down, not letting your high days get you too high. It's just staying even keel, one day at a time.
Being able to play with the LumberKings, obviously being in the front office myself, Ted Torno being the general manager for 25 years now, Nate Vanderbeek taking over. Yeah. The one thing that both of them have said, they wanted to keep Clinton baseball, at least for the players and the fans, just like minor league baseball. Was that sort of helpful for you kind of getting into the routine out there?
Absolutely, yeah. Like summer ball is the same schedule, basically. You're up, you're playing night games, you're on the road, you're doing stuff like that. And they were able to do a really good job, especially with the freedom, because I know in college ball, like the coaches are a little more on you. Like you do what the coaches tell you, and here, like you have more freedom. You get your own work in, you do what you need to do, and it's like that sort of with the LumberKings too. So it was definitely a good kind of stepping stone in that area for me.
So with that as well, you got to experience spring training. You got some at-bats at spring training, getting to rub shoulders with some big leaguers. Who were some guys that you talked to or got to, get to impart, or they imparted some of their wisdom to you? Yeah,
I was in the dugout for a couple games with Yordan Alvarez and Jose Altuve. It was just super cool to see them. Like the first couple of days you see them, it's kind of like, whoa, like these are big leaguers right next to me. But then like you sort of get used to it, and they're just like you. Like they're normal people too. They're just like you. They're playing this game that is 90% failure. You're not doing great all the time. And it was super cool to share the dugout and just see them go about their work and see how serious they are. Even in spring training, like they're locked in, they're doing their stuff, and it's awesome.
Did you have any conversation with them, and what were those conversations like?
Altuve was hilarious. He was nonstop, like just joking around. There was one outfielder, I can't remember his name, but he was with the Mariners, and now he's just with us now. But he was super cool, man. He was just like, he would come up next to us, talk to us, just like we're normal people too, and just talk the game of baseball, talk life, stuff like that. And then I remember Hunter Brown, he's the ace for the Astros right now. He was talking to us. We were just picking his brain, because it's good to see like a pitcher's side, how they try to attack hitters and stuff like that. And he was giving us free game and telling us the ins and the outs of the game, especially at the major league level. It's different. I mean, like every night they're guys, like they're getting paid to play this game. They're getting paid to beat you. So it was cool to hear the insight from those guys.
Yeah, and so you're in your first full season with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers, and you've had a fair to say a hot bat. You were picked by future Astros on Twitter or X or whatever you guys want to call it now as the hitter of the week last week. What's been going well for you? What are some of the things that you've been able to evolve from your days from LumberKings, from your days with the Mules to where you're at now? What's changed in your game?
I just think baseball is a very mental sport. So I think just having the confidence to go out there, like I belong here, I'm supposed to be here. And I feel like just proving that more to myself than anything, that like I'm supposed to be here. This is where I'm supposed to be. So it's good. I mean, sometimes obviously this game is tough. So being able to have that same mentality when not going great, I feel like that's super important, to still think I'm the best hitter out there. I'm the best player out there, even when it's not going great, because that's what the best ones do.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any sort of coaches that have been helping you with that sort of mental game of it? Because I know a lot of minor league teams, when I was with the Rockford Ice Hogs, they hired a counselor to help players get into that mindset. Has that been sort of your experience as well? Yeah,
we had one mental health guy, I guess you could say, at spring training. He's with the AAA team. He bounces from the AAA team to the major league team. So I don't know. We don't have one here, but I know we can always reach out to Justin McKissick, I think is his name. So we can always reach out to him, call with any questions, issues, stuff we want to work on, stuff like that. So it's definitely available if we need to use it.
Nice. So you hit your first home run, your first professional home run. I watched the highlight, and you kept a pretty straight face until you got home. What was going through your head when you felt the ball hit the bat?
Off the bat, I knew I had a chance, so I just held onto the bat for a little bit, gave it a little bat flip, but yeah, it felt good. I just sort of blacked out after I hit it, but yeah, it was awesome. It felt good. What's the experience like playing at Low A in front of the crowd of Fayetteville? I've been watching some of the games on MILB Network, and you guys draw a pretty good crowd every single day. And it's fair to say we're not even in the days of summer yet. We're still pretty early on, and yet you guys have fans every day. Yeah, it's awesome here. It's always packed. I mean, especially here. I think this stadium, Segra Stadium, is 5 years old, I want to say. So we've got it good over here. Yeah, the fans are awesome. It's always packed, especially Fridays, Saturdays. It's super fun. It reminds me a lot of Clinton, actually. Yeah. Big fans. Yeah. Speaking of Clinton, good friend of yours, Jared Simpson, was drafted a few years ago. Have you guys stayed in touch and talked or anything like that? Yeah. We actually, during spring training, we're both in West Palm Beach. We share a facility kind of. Spring training is a busy. It's like the dog days of spring training. So we didn't really get to hang out much down there, but yeah, I've been watching him. He's doing great. And his younger brother, Joe Simpson, plays at Campbell University, which is, it's like an hour or two from where I'm at right now. So I know he's having a really good season right now too. So it's fun keeping up with both of the Simpson guys. Yeah. Speaking of having that sort of community or just having people there, what has your support system been like? Obviously, being in baseball, it can get lonely sometimes, even though you got players and teammates. But obviously, having that support system back home in Clinton, coming out to see, as we talked a little bit, coming to see you play. Speak to how important that is for you. Yeah, it's super important. I mean, being able to have my mom, my Nana, my girlfriend, just being able to call those guys, talk to them, ask how it's going back home, stuff like that. It's good to just take your mind off of baseball for a little bit, because that's all I'm doing right now is baseball every single day. I wake up, go to the field, come back, go to bed, baseball again the next day. So it's good to hear their voices, hear what's going on back home and stuff like that. So it's awesome. What advice would you have for younger players, maybe not necessarily in college, but, in Little League that, know who you are? We have the ballpark or the ballpark across the street where we have Little League games all the time. Kids come in and play high school at NelsonCorp Field. What are some of the pieces of advice that you have for guys who want to get where you are and they're playing Little League right now? Yeah, I mean, just keep working. I remember in high school, my freshman and sophomore year, I was 5'6", 5'5". I was tiny. I was not mature at all. I would get so mad every time I got out, and I look back at myself. I was like, "Look, you haven't even hit puberty yet. You're a sophomore in high school." And just keep working. I mean, that's all you can do. Work as hard as you can. I know. I mean, there's stuff in Clinton. You're able to find a way to do it. So just keep grinding, keep working, and it'll all work out how it's supposed to. Yeah, speaking of you keeping working, I remember I got a call from our general manager, Nate Vanderbleek, and he told me that you and Jai Jensen came in during the offseason just to try to get some swings in the cage. Of course,
we're going to let you guys come in whenever you'd like. But again, as you said, you got to keep working nonstop. It's something that you're doing. How have, I guess, those relationships, obviously with Jai's planning to come back this year and play again with the LumberKings. Do you still talk with him? What were you guys working on? And how important is it to keep those relationships, even though you're thousands of miles apart?
Yeah, it's super important. I always keep in. I know he's hurt this season, but I always keep in touch with him. He's awesome. We've been going to the LumberKings since Ted let us in. During COVID, we had a group of about 6 or 7 of us that actually Luke Torno was one of them. So Ted Torno's son. And we would go there every single day. We'd wake up during COVID at 10 a.m. and we'd go hang out at the LumberKings facility until like 2, just working out, hitting, chilling, hanging out, doing stuff like that. So that place has been awesome. I mean, they've always, during winter months, they'd always allow me to grab a key, go in, take my swings, do stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, it's been definitely a blessing to have that for sure. It's awesome.
Now that you're in Fayetteville, obviously you're doing very well. What are your goals for this year as you are trying to maneuver the unsuspecting and, obstacle-filled world of minor league baseball? Obviously, people know how hard it is to just move from one level to the next. And obviously being at the bottom of the totem pole, got to imagine being at the top with the Astros or any big league organization is the goal. But what is your short-term goal for this MLB season?
I wouldn't say I have any numbers that I want to hit, stuff like that. I've done that in the past. And I just feel like setting a number on something doesn't really help me. I just want to go in, take every day, one day at a time, and get 1% better every single day. So, yeah.
With the guys that you have playing with you in Fayetteville, it seems like you have a very funny bunch. I've been watching a little bit on the Fayetteville Twitter. They do really good content for your guys. I didn't see you, but I got to ask the question just because it's been the whole thing on social media. I remember they asked a lot of your guys, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Where do you stand? I didn't see you in that video, but I got to know.
No, I wasn't in the video, but I heard all the conversations and arguments about it. I think I've been swayed both ways, but I think 100 men are taking it. I think if there's 100 men, I don't think the gorilla's that long. At first I was the 1 gorilla, and then we did some research, and it was like a full-grown gorilla, like a big one, is like 500 pounds. Yeah. So I think there's no way that the gorilla can outlast 100 men. I don't think so.
You did your research, huh?
Yeah. We actually, the day they asked that question, we had a rain delay. So, no, it wasn't a rain delay. There was a power outage.
Oh,
so we were in the clubhouse. We're in the clubhouse, lights off, pitch black. We got our flashlights out, just talking about 100 men versus 1 gorilla, and it was back and forth for a really long time. But
that's awesome.
I'm taking 100. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. 100 men taking down the gorilla.
That's a perfect way to pass time. That is, we were back and forth for seriously an hour straight. It was awesome.
So
it was funny.
So it's a silly question, but it also brings the idea you got to meld with these guys any way you can, pass the time, take the baseball out of the baseball field when you're not there. And that kind of leads into my next question. What do you do to kind of, when you're away from the baseball field? Obviously today's an off day for you. What do you do? Yeah. Do you go golfing? Do you play other sports? You explore Fayetteville?
This morning, actually, I just got my coffee, normal morning routine. And then I went to Dick's and got some bat tape, but I've been watching movies. I'm watching Ocean's 11 right now. Really good movie, by the way. Recommend it. But I watch a lot of movies. This doesn't really help take my mind off of baseball, but I've been on MLB The Show a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little too much, but that's been fun. But I think me and some of the guys, we got a pool at the apartment complex.
Oh, nice.
We might go chill at the pool for a little bit. But, off days, I like to lay low. I don't like to do too much.
When you're playing MLB The Show? I'm a big MLB The Show guy. You doing Diamond Dynasty? Build your show, or
Diamond Dynasty. Yep. Yeah. That's my gig. I got my own real 99 card this year too. So
oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's sweet.
Well, I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to exchange. I don't know if you use Xbox, PSN, but we'll have to play a game sometime. I didn't get it this year, but I'm hoping next year, once I save enough money to get a PS5 or whatever, because it's all new next gen. We'll have to play a game. I gotta see you in that real 99, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was it like when you got that, or what was the process to get that?
You so there's like some thing that you scan, and if you're in affiliated with MLB at all, you scan, send them what team you're on, what your name is, and stuff like that. And it takes like six to 7 weeks to get it. And they give you directions. It just like
that's so
pops
cool.
up in your thing. It's like a pack that you open.
Yeah. Oh, that's gotta be so cool.
Yeah.
Did you take a video or picture when you did it?
No, I don't have any pictures of it. No videos, nothing like that. But I do need to take a picture of it.
Yeah. Do you spend a lot of time scrolling through social media, things like that, and interacting with fans, or what is your social media like? I
do sometimes. Sometimes I need a break from social media because just social media. But I like taking my little detoxes and getting off the social media for a little while. But yeah, I try to. If somebody's messaging me, or I know Facebook, my mom shares a lot on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
I try to get on there every once in a while and like some posts and comment back and stuff like that. So
yeah, the way that I stay up to date with you is actually not your social media, even though we follow each other. It's your mom on Facebook and your dad on Twitter.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Your dad, your dad's great people. He actually, after my first season, I don't think I ever shared this with you, but after my first season, he got my cell phone and I was driving. I was actually picking up a friend from the airport from Oklahoma. Yeah. And she was asking me, what was your season like? Oh, it was good. Fans are great. And I get a call from Clinton, Iowa. I'm thinking, probably work. I answer it. It's like, hey, it's Dave Holy, Max's dad. And I was just like, hi, Dave, how are you? And, he had nothing but great things to say. Yeah. And the thing is, I was just talking to my friend right there about like, it was a great season. Fans are great. And she's like, oh my gosh, you have fans. And I was like, I don't know if I have a fan, but like, but no, your dad is awesome. He's great. A big supporter of you. I know you got a lot of supporters back here in Clinton. If you could say anything to the Clinton fans, what would you say?
Just thank you. I mean, growing up, my freshman year of college ball, playing baseball there, it was not pretty. Coach Dom will tell you that I was not ready for that level yet, but they just kept supporting me, kept believing in me. So just thank you.
Do you have any favorites for the MLB draft this year in the first round? Anybody that you might know or anyone to keep an eye out for?
Not in the first round. He should be first round, but Chase Heath, he's at Central Missouri right now. We got a few guys at Central Missouri right now that should definitely be seeing some contracts sent their way. I know Joe Simpson, he should be getting something, but there's a lot of guys. Chase Heath and Joe Simpson. Those are my two names to look out for this year.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for them. I'm thinking of some former LumberKings that you might have played with. I know Wraith Peterson was a guy that he's eligible for the draft this year. I know he's looking at it. We had, blanking on his name, Joe. He's got drafted by the White Sox last year. He's having a pretty good year with Kannapolis. Trying to think of who else might be eligible. I know you said Jai's is currently injured. I believe he'll be able to play at the back end of the season this year, but I don't know if he's draft eligible after this year.
I think he would be after this year, but just with the injuries, stuff like that. But yeah, definitely. He I don't know the last time he's had a fully healthy season, but once he does get healthy, he will be a problem for hitters.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm thinking of another pitcher out of University of Arizona, Casey Hintz. I know he's doing very well out there.
He's going to get drafted this year.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye out for those guys. The two mules, Casey Hintz, Wraith Peterson, all those guys. Definitely keep an eye out for them. This is the part where I'm making this up for our podcast, where you get to be the interviewer. Do you have any questions for us back here in Clinton that maybe I can answer for you?
What's your favorite moment or announce or broadcasting a LumberKings baseball game? Favorite moment, top one. Okay, top one. Oh, that's tough. I mean, the first ones that come to mind are when we clinch and we're going to the playoffs, where we have a home date.
And the first one that comes to mind was your Grand Slam with the Elotes. Yeah. That was my first big call that I had, and I submitted it to what's called the Sportscasters Talent Agency of America, and they do this thing every week where it's like calls of the week, and so hundreds of people submit calls, and it was my first time as a LumberKings broadcaster. You were my first call of the week that got on there. So full count once more with 2 outs and the bases juiced. Poole sets and fires. Swung on into left field, popped up. This one's got some distance. Koza going back at the track. Grand slam! Max Holley! Grand slam for Max Holley! That was probably it, but also my first big call where I was like, I have to highlight it. I got your name wrong. I called you Parker Shoop. Oh, and yeah, this I said Jeter-esque throw, Max Holley, and that was the first time I think I figured out who you were, because it was first game
early in the season.
It was like game 1 or 2, and I hadn't gotten to know you guys that well yet, and I always try to keep a distance with you guys because you guys are focused on your stuff, but I mean the players are also like, we want to get to know you, so I didn't know who you were. I just knew you were from Clinton, and then I saw you flash some leather, make a great throw. 3-2. This one hit off the end of the bat. Shoot. Or Holley in the corner. Jeter-esque throw. What a stretch by Newman. Sports Center, did you catch that one? What a play by Max Holley in the hole. 5 yards. I'm thinking of another one where it was a blooper over your head and you went all the way into left field, threw the guy out at home. Like, you were just all over the place, man. So there's a lot of you that pops up when it comes to like best moments. Also thinking like Burkhardt, who's now a coach with us, Trevor, laying out leather out in the outfield. Like, man, he can play, and now he's coaching. It's kind of cool to see the full circle moment there.
You see Juicy?
Oh, yeah.
Sports Center, top 10.
We actually had 2 Prospect League guys. So when I was calling games out this weekend with the UIC Flames, I believe James Smith was the first baseman. He played with the Pistol Shrimp the last couple of years. I'm not sure if you've talked with him, but he made a play that kind of looked like Mark Burley, like a play on between the legs.
His legs, I did.
Yeah, so that was the same day where Juicy made the nice little diving play flip, looking like Dansby Swanson and Nico Horner over there with the Cubs. Awesome. But no, it was really cool.
How long have you done stuff for UIC baseball?
I've been doing stuff for the last 2 years. So I was there Wraith's last year, because I know Wraith is the only guy that played with us from UIC.
I got you.
I think there might have been one other guy, but I wasn't there at that point.
Do you know Ryan Smith, pitcher?
Ryan, sounds familiar.
I'm with him right now. Nice. He was at UIC last. That's
right. He got drafted last year.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I definitely I don't know UIC guys that well, because for me, I'm kind of contracted, so I don't get to meet the players and talk to them. But like, he's definitely in my scorecard somewhere.
Yeah. He's awesome. Yeah. He's a great guy. Yeah.
Something I also like to tell people is that the baseball world seems so massive and far away, but it's also so small and niche. How many guys did you have waiting for you coming up through the minors or just from draft day? I'm sure your phone was blowing up with my messages included.
Yeah, it's crazy. You would like the baseball world it's actually so small. Like somebody knows somebody knows somebody. Like you're all connected some way, shape, or form. It's super small world, but it was cool on draft day for sure. To see all those guys, just congratulate. Obviously, if they're not already, I hope to congratulate them on that one day too. Yeah, and again, with the somebody knows somebody. I don't know if you know your broadcasters, but one of the guys, I think the intern, I told him to say hello to you. I'm forgetting his name, but I was like, oh, you're working with Fayetteville. I got a guy out there, But no, it's crazy how small it is. It's literally like two people away or whatever they call it, LinkedIn connections or whatever. It is. It's crazy. Yeah. First day I got here, he said, "What's up?" He was like, "Yeah, I know Andres." He says, tells me to tell you what's up. So that was super
nice. Glad the message got across.
Yeah.
I'll give you another chance to ask any other questions you got.
Let's do a Clinton question.
Okay.
Favorite place to eat in Clinton?
Oh, okay. Good question. It just opened up. I don't know if you've been there, but I believe it was like a pizza place before. It was right by the factories on that long road. It's called Las Lagunas number 2. They have one out in Sterling, but obviously I'm Hispanic, love Mexican food. That is the place to go, man. Like I've been to a couple places around, but that is my go-to place.
I got you. I've never been there. I will definitely have to check that out once I get back in September.
Yeah. So you are coming back and forth. You're not staying out there year round. You do come back to Clinton then?
Yeah, no. I was back. I was in Clinton, or I was actually in Missouri this off season for 2-3 months, October, November, a little bit of December, and then moved back home for December, January, and then was down in Florida. So, but yeah, this off season, I think I'll be in Clinton for most of it.
Okay. I'm sure you'll be taking hacks at in the Clinton batting cages. Yep.
We'll find a way. We'll get it done.
Yeah. So I got to ask you the question then. Where's your go-to spot?
Well, you can't count it as Clinton. I'll do my favorite spot in the area and then Clinton. So Manny's 2. Have you ever been there?
I've been to Manny's out in Savannah.
Okay, there's one in Fulton too, and that place, their tacos and pizza is awesome. And then Clinton, I would have to go. Rastrelli's is up there.
Rastrelli's is very good.
Rastrelli's and Vitale's.
Vitale's, yeah.
Pizza.
Yeah,
that place is awesome too.
Yeah, I will say when they've advertised the Chicago style pizza, not only the deep dish but thin crust, I was like, well, let's see what it's like. I mean, I'm very passionate about my pizza being a Chicagoan, but yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, they know what they're doing over there.
Yeah,
they got it.
Any other questions before we let you go?
That's all.
All right. Well, Max, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. We wish you the best moving forward in your minor league baseball journey. Again, you're always welcome at the ballpark whenever you're around, and I hope we can catch up in person someday, man.
Absolutely. Sounds good. I appreciate you, Andre.
Great chat with Max as always. Max, obviously a lot of love for Clinton. Used to work here as a fry cook. Were you guessing that at all, Chris?
I had an idea. Yeah.
Yeah. He used to work for, if you guys don't know Scotty, he's been here for years. He used to work for Scotty as a fry cook down on the Third Base Grill. So go ahead and visit the Third Base Grill and say Max sent you. I don't know.
A lot of good food down there. I'm just saying.
That being said, thank you for joining us for the first episode of Around the Lumberyard. Make sure to go ahead and get your tickets for opening day and for all of the games here at NelsonCorp Field. You get 30 of them. So make sure you get your tickets. You can scan the QR code here or go to LumberKings.com and get your single game tickets today or become a season ticket member, ticket holder. And make sure you comment, like, subscribe. We want this to be an intimate place for LumberKings fans to engage. So if you see Chris or I at the ballpark, feel free to stop us. Chris, anything you want to tell our fans when they see you?
Feel free to ask us questions, talk to us, let us know if you have any concerns, any feedback on this podcast. We're learning along with you guys on how to present this to everyone. If you want to have a question for a player, if you have a question for one of us, just feel free to ask us. We can relay back and forth with each other. That's what cell phones are for, right?
Yeah, if you got topics you want us to talk about, as Chris mentioned, specific players, we're going to try to get guys, as many people that we can interview, get those questions, make sure that we give you the best content, and make sure that you know who your LumberKings are this year. Before I forget, this Monday, that'll be May 26th, there's a meet and greet at the Great Revivalists. I'm hoping this episode comes out so that if you don't know, you can come on down. We're going to have a live stream and a radio broadcast, and you can get autographs and talk to your favorite LumberKings and the newest members of the LumberKings. I think we got a couple guys coming back. Noah Thines coming back from Washington State University, and Blake Timmons, he was great in the outfield from North Dakota State University. So a lot of your favorite LumberKings coming back, a lot of new ones coming back, and that will be your new favorites. I know Chris is looking for some favorites this year. Brett White's gonna be coming back, a Baylor guy. He was a freshman or a high school grad last year, so make sure you say hi to them. And again, say hi to us if you see us at the ballpark. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Tell us what you'd like to see on the podcast, because we're only going to make this as good as you let us make it. So the more feedback we get, the more ideas, we are going to take everything into consideration. We want to make this the best podcast for LumberKings fans like you who are listening here today. Again, this has been Around the Lumberyard for Cannon Winecoop and Chris Mickelson. I'm Andrés Tejeda. We'll see you in the next episode Around the Lumberyard.